Hey howdy, hey partners, I'm super excited because today we have another Buzz Lightyear custom mod. Let's get into it.
Reach for the sky!
You're watching Today I Grew Up.
To infinity and beyond!
The best Buzz Lightyear to do mods on is the Toy Story 4 JCPenney model. Usually you can find these for $25 or $30 as a retail price, which is a really good deal. If you want to see a review of this Buzz Lightyear, click the card here in the corner of your screen. That'll take you to the review of why I think this Buzz is amazing. The mod I'm going to be doing today is a Mrs. Nesbitt mod, and I did one before in the past, but it broke because I did stunts with it and it just wasn't in good condition. Now I want to make a proper one for display for my collection mainly because I don't really have one anymore. This is the head sculpt I want to use for it because I feel like this encompasses the Mrs. Nesbitt look when Buzz is kind of going crazy and contemplating life. For some reason, I really like this closed mouth smile for that scene. This head I got from Toy Story 4 movie promotional time. It was on a Buzz Lightyear that actually didn't do much, but the head sculpt was great, so I did save it. Once that gets loose enough, you're able to pull the wings compartment off of Buzz, just like that. And that's where the batteries are. And now you can see there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 spots to take the screws out, so we can take the arm out and get to the head compartment. Now that the screws are out, you're going to gently pull apart Buzz here so that we can loosen this up. Here the arm socket, you can see that you just pull it right out, and that's how we can remove the arm for the Mrs. Nesbitt mod. And when we put Buzz back together, we can just leave the arm out. You can always keep this arm as an extra spare hand for Buzz.
Buzz, will you get up here and give me a hand? That's very funny.
You just gotta be careful here. Slides right out that way. And you don't want to mess with any wires right here because this is where all the functions happen for his voice box and his wings function. Sid behavior confirmed. It is now time for the head swap. We are going to go here and just unscrew this one screw. This is the one that holds the head sculpt in place. Now that the screw is gone, we can pull out this, and this is what it looks like. So we're going to set this aside, don't mess with that. We're going to have to transfer this piece onto the new head sculpt. It was tricky to do to get that transfer over. So it did split a little bit on the bottom, but it's okay. It's mostly on the bottom. You won't be able to really tell unless you're looking that closely. Here it is. I think it looks great. You can still do side to side articulation, and if you want 360. But I think that's very cool for display or posing there. I left the screw a little bit loose so I have a little bit more dynamic range for moving the head if I need to. The cool thing about this mod is that the helmet will still work just like before because we did not mess with those springs back here. The tricky part is lining everything up so that everything works again. So you're just gonna have to be very slow. Try to go backwards to what you did sliding it out before. Make sure all the holes are gonna line up here. And then we're going to close it tight, and it already looks miles better. Now I'm one step closer to my Mrs. Nesbitt mod being complete. Looks really great. Now one thing to note is that in the movie I noticed when Buzz is missing an arm, this whole area is completely dark. It's like black to match the rest of his arm band that goes around here. So what I'm going to do in the future video is I'm going to paint this all black so it's solid black so it looks more like the movie. And another detail upgrade that I will do later on, not in this video, is I'm going to either put the sticker application here to fix the wings to make look more movie accurate, or I may just use some paint marker. I'm not sure yet. It's just for display and I'm not really too worried about the wings because I'm going to display this Mrs. Nesbitt Buzz with his wings put in his jetpack because in the movie they're not really extended while he's wearing the Mrs. Nesbitt getup. I did review this before in another video. I got this on Etsy from somebody who custom made it for me. If you want to see that video, click the card here in the corner of your screen. That'll take you to that video where I talk more about the materials. But I'm glad I have this apron. And the other thing I have for this outfit is the hat that I need for the helmet and a teacup for fun for display would be great. And it's really simple. All you really have to do just kind of drape this apron on Buzz here. And I'm going to spend some time tying it right so that it is kind of higher up on him where it's supposed to be.
Don't you get it? You see the hat? I am Mrs. Nesbitt. Snap out of it, Buzz.
After you get the apron tied on, in order to get the hat to stick on his helmet so it doesn't fall off, you're going to need something kind of sticky but reversible. I would recommend Zots. I think Zots are great because you can always undo them if you mess up. They're basically a very strong sticker for crafting, and I just need to put a few of these little clear circles here of stickies underneath the hat so we can stick it right on. So what I did is bunched up a few Zots here, 1, 2, 3, so now we can get that stuck on his helmet. In the movie, I noticed when we first find Buzz with his hat on, you can kind of eye the movie how you feel you want it to look like, but I think that looks pretty cool. And the awesome thing about the Zots thing, because it's stickies, they're not going to fly off of him. And I think I could still open the helmet. Yeah, I could still open the helmet, so depending on where you put it, it's actually pretty cool that I can do that. I can open it and close it back and still use the whoosh feature actually. Well, that was cool. That was a cool thing that I just found out that I could do. So that's pretty nice if you want to do that. I think that's probably the best option there, is make sure that you can put it so that you can open and retract the helmet, which I really like. I think that's pretty cool. So Buzz is going crazy because he's talking to himself, but I think this looks super cool. And for fun, we can put the teacup kind of in his hands here. Let's bring up the arm without it falling from his hands. There he goes. He's drinking his tea, sucking down on his Darjeeling. That's awesome.
And suddenly you find yourself sucking down Darjeeling with Marie Antoinette and her little sister.
Well, I have to say this is one of the most fun Buzz mods I've ever done. It was pretty simple to do for the most part because of my experience with head swaps and arm removal. It wasn't that hard to get to this point. So as long as you have the right materials, hopefully you can find them on Etsy like I did, then you can make your own Mrs. Nesbitt Buzz Lightyear with helmet and the hat on it, which is pretty cool with the missing arm. The one thing I need to add is the black detail of the arm and painting the wings. I don't think I'm going to mod this Buzz any further. I think it looks perfect for what I want. As always, partners, thank you so much for watching, liking, and commenting on these videos. It really helps support what I do here on YouTube. If you'd like to continue to support me on this journey, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted for future videos on this channel, and I'll see you, partners, on the next video review.
You want the real Buzz Lightyear? You're an action figure.
You are a sad, strange little man. You are a sad, strange little man. That might be.
You are a child's plaything. Hey, Ham, look, I'm Picasso.
I don't get it.